Hello everyone, this is a day 18 video. In this video, we are going to talk about pre-signed URL. This is a feature available in the S3 service, and we are going to talk about the pre-signed URL in this video. Before getting to the pre-signed URL, let us talk about how we can share the objects which are available in your S3 bucket. Okay, already we have seen that, right? So we have an S3 bucket, right? And let us say a user uploaded an object. Let us say the object name is image.jpg. By default, any object will be uploaded as a private object, right? By default, all the objects will be uploaded as a private. Already we have learned how to convert a private object into a public object, right? How we can do that? By using a concept called ACL, right? So on the bucket, we can enable the ACL and we can upload the object as a public object so that anybody can access your object from anywhere across the globe. But what if I have a requirement? I have a requirement to share this particular object with a single user, with a single user for a limited time. Let us say only for 1 hour, only for 1 hour, or only for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and so on. To understand this better, like the use case, let us say there are some OTT platforms. Forget about this Prime and all. Okay. Assume that there is a OTT, like I designed this OTT platform in which I will allow the users to watch movies, but I only allow the users to watch individual movie. They have to pay money for individual movie. In the back end, there's a website, let us say, or an application or whatever. In this particular, I have multiple movies, movie one, movie two, or movie three, and so on, just for an example. So a user wants to watch a movie one, right? So what he has to do, he need to make the payment. Let us say he made 100 rupees of payment so that I want to allow this user only to watch movie one for 1 month only. That movie is available only for 1 month. So how the user will log into the application? So there is a button called Watch Now. Assume under that particular movie one, there is a Watch Now button. In the backend, the developers design some connections and all the things. So here, if I make this movie one public, everybody can watch the movie, not only this user, anybody, right? Because the object is a public. So I want to make all these objects as a private, but I want to allow the users to access that particular object for a limited time, let us say 30 days. So here we have a concept called pre-signed URL. So you can see pre-signed means it is signed before giving it. It is already signed. Signed means authorized. So there is some link which is a pre-sign means that particular link will allow the user to access that particular object. And we have an option called TTL. TTL means what is the full form of TTL? Any guess? Time to live. TTL stands for time to live. So here I will set, let us say 30 minutes, which means this URL, this URL is only active for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, this URL will not work, or I can say that URL will expire after 30 minutes. What is the use of this? What is the generic use case? To share the private object, to share the private object with anyone for a limited time period. For a limited time period. So I can say pre-signed URL is used to share the private objects in the S3 bucket with anyone for a limited time period. Let us say example of 5 minutes. So here, while generating, we have to generate the what we call that pre-signed URL. While generating the pre-signed URL, we need to configure the TTL. What is the TTL stands for time to live. Means that URL is live for certain amount of time. Let us say example 2 minutes. So that the URL will expire after the TTL. Means after the TTL. In our case, it's the 2 minutes, right? After the 2 minutes, the URL will not work. And remember, we don't make any object as a public object. We don't upload or we don't make any object as a public object. We will keep all objects as a private and we will generate a pre-signed URL. We will generate a pre-signed URL and that pre-signed URL will allow the users to access your private object. Let us check this practically. The practical is most important for us, right? So let me get into our Amazon account. So this is the Amazon account. Let me check what S3 buckets we have so that we will do something. So for this, I need one object, right? I need one object. Okay, we will see any object that doesn't matter. Okay, I will take this particular object, sorry, this particular S3 bucket, the CloudLearn. Okay, upload any object into S3 bucket as a private object and confirm that the object is not accessible using the object URL, which means the object is a private object. Then generate, or here we will note down a point, just a note, don't enable ACL on the S3 bucket. Why? If I enable ACL on the S3 bucket, few people might think in the backend, I might converted that object into public. Because of that, that object is getting accessible. That's why, I mean, the simple thing is ACL is not required. No need to enable ACL. Then what we do, generate pre-signed URL to allow the users to access the object for the next 2 minutes only. Why? Because I want to check after 2 minutes the URL should not work. For that reason, I am setting smaller TTL. So in this case, TTL is equal to 2 minutes means 120 seconds. Then use I mean, I can say verify the pre-signed URL. Means it should work, right? Okay. Wait for 2 minutes and then use the same pre-signed URL and confirm that the URL expired. Means it should not work. You can't access any object. Okay. So we need some object, right? I do. I will download some images, or you can do any file that doesn't matter. I can say HD, some wallpaper. Let me go to images. I need an object, so I'm going to download this one. Save image, image.jpg. If you have any image or if you have a text file, if you have a PDF file, anything works. That doesn't matter. Okay. I don't have any images or something. That's why I'm downloading. Okay. So here the bucket. Let me check what is the status of the ACL. If it is enabled, let me disable it. Permissions, ACL, it seems ACL is enabled. So, but public access is not enabled yet. Let me edit. See here, this is what I'm asking you. Just to disable this ACL to avoid unnecessary confusion. So no object will be public in this particular S3 bucket. There is no way. Okay, so now let me click on upload. Let me upload the file we have here. So upload, and by default, this object will be uploaded as a private object. How to confirm? Just try to access the object using the object URL. This is the object, right? Let me click on the object. This is the object URL. Let me note down the object URL. This is the object URL. Let me open a new tab or a new browser. That doesn't matter. You should get access denied error. See here, access denied. Why? The object is a private. Nobody can access that object without having a valid credentials. Okay, now the thing is how to generate the pre-signed URL. To generate the pre-signed URL, select the object for which you would like to generate the pre-signed URL. Click on Actions. You can see one option called Share with a pre-signed URL. Click on that. How many minutes or how many hours? I would like to go with minutes. Let me go with the 2 minutes. Create pre-signed URL. You can click here, copy pre-signed URL, and let me paste here. This is how the pre-signed URL looks like. Now let me use the browser to check whether the pre-signed URL is working or not. See here, the image, the object got accessed. The object got accessed. Okay, right. So if I go back to the pre-signed URL, so how can you identify like what is the TTL and all? See here, AMZ expires 120, means 120 seconds. After 120 seconds, this URL will expire. So few people might think, okay, if I changed here with some extra zero, what will happen? We will check that also. Okay, but let us wait for 2 more minutes. Let us wait for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, it should expire. Its time is like 7:43 here. We will check again at 7:45. Okay, right. In the meanwhile, what will happen if someone changes the pre-signed URL? Like what I said here, the Amazon expiration, right, is 120 seconds. After the URL got expired, someone might change that 120 to like 150 or 120000 something, right? It will never work. The reason is it is a key, right? We call it as a token. On the server side, means on the S3 side, there is one token, and here in the URL, there is a token. Like it's a kind of a token exchange. Whenever you modify a single character in the entire URL, you will get key mismatching, like or invalid token request kind of error message. That also I will show you. Okay, so if someone modify the preset URL manually, it will not work. Okay, now let me go back here. I hope it's already 2 minutes. What is the error? Access denied. The reason is the request has expired. The expiration for the URL is 120 seconds, and we already exceeded that 120 seconds. Now, what I do is I will modify this 120 with this line. like a kind of a 20 minutes, but it will never work. If you want to extend the time TTL, you have to regenerate the URL. Okay, now let me open the tab. I modified, or I can say I tampered the pre-signed URL. What is the error? Signature does not match. The request signature we calculated does not match the signature you provided. So the pre-signed URL got tampered, so it doesn't work. So this is how we can share the private objects for a limited amount of time with the help of pre-signed URL. Okay, right. I hope the pre-signed URL concept is clear for you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask the questions in the comment section. Thank you, everyone.